What's up, guys? November the 10th. It's about noon right now. The rut, it's starting to really move. We've had a cold front move in today. It's been raining all morning this morning, and it dropped about 15 to 20 degrees since yesterday. It's been really, really warm this week. And this morning, while I was at work, a big 11 point that I've been chasing after showed up with a doe at one of my locations here. So what I did is I slipped out a little early. It's noon right now. The day before gun season. Tomorrow gun season opens. So I've slipped in here with my bow this evening. I got about a 300-yard walk into my stand, and I usually don't walk in this way, but the wind is flipped, and I'm going to try to walk in this way to have the wind to my advantage. The buck and the doe has been there twice this morning within about an hour of each other. They came out a little bit, and then they walked to the right, which is opposite of the way I'm walking in. So I think I got the wind in my favor, and I'm going to slip in here. It's been raining. It's going to be super quiet. The leaves shouldn't crack and crunch. I should be able to slip down in there. There has been a doe that's been showing up about 4 o'clock in the evenings for the past couple of days, and I'm hoping that it might be her. And now that she's coming in a heat, maybe she'll bring him with her. I think they are bedded on the other side of the stand, and if I were guessing, they're probably within 100 to 200 yards of that's my stand location. So I'm really, really hoping that I can slip in there with this decent wind. Can get in there, get settled in, get quiet. She will slip back in to eat a little bit this evening, and he will just come following in, and I can smoke him the day before chaos happens, before gun season opens tomorrow. Of course, I like gun season too, but I'd like to smoke a big buck before all of the other hunters come out tomorrow. So I'm going to quit talking, and I'm going to get down in here and get set up, settled in, get quiet, and hopefully we can make something happen this evening. I, of course, wasn't able to film it, but just now, as I was walking down in here to my spot, I got down in here on this big rock where Colin killed his doe about a month ago. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. But as I was walking down here, I have to go down 2 hills and then 2 flats and then out on this rock. When I was starting on the first hill, I saw a doe, and I watched her, and I didn't spook her. But what I didn't know is the buck was with her about 65, 70 yards to her left, to my left, and he caught a glimpse of me. And he did a little jump hop to the left. So I froze there for a minute. I stood there for a minute. I watched the doe. She turned around and walked left, and once she disappeared, I started slipping down in here. And I walked about 50 yards down into the woods, and then I could see his butt and his antlers. So he didn't spook completely off, and he wasn't really spooked. He just knew there was something that he didn't know what it was. So I actually came to full draw on him up there, but his butt was to me the whole time, and he walked down over the hill. So he was not scared. So I'm hoping that him and that doe will get back together. And it's just now 1 o'clock. So it's still several hours before deer will really start moving again for them to come and feed. So I think I still got time. I'm going to settle in here and get quiet. I don't think I buggered up the whole thing. I think I'm still good. So I'm going to sit here and just wait it out. nice 8-point. He came up the hill right here. I had run it not too long ago. And he just kind of snuck. I had to catch a glimpse of him moving, and he came right up the hill, and he came straight to me. He came right under this rock here that I'm sitting on. He was probably right there at 12 yards. And he ran over there and he stopped. The shot looked low and back to me. So I reviewed the video. On my other camera, and it was low. It looks like it could be a liver, maybe gut shot, which I'm not too proud of, but in bow hunting, unfortunately, that happens. What I think happened is he was taking a step right there as I was releasing, and he stepped forward. Otherwise, I think it would have been a little farther forward, more closer to the heart. That's what I was aiming at anyway. But he ran over here, and he walked down this hill, and I caught a glimpse of him. And he bedded down in a little bottom right down here for about 15 minutes. And I kind of sat here and I kept watching through my binoculars. And then I watched him stand back up, and I could see my arrow still sticking out of his side. And he walked over a little embankment. So that being the case, I'm going to give him a whole lot of time. At least until probably tomorrow morning. I'm not even going to attempt to go after this deer tonight. It's 2:30 in the day. So I'm going to give him until tomorrow morning sometime. Maybe 10 or 11 o'clock or something. And then kind of slip in here, go down there where I last saw him, where he went over that embankment, and just see if I can find blood. I'm not too confident I'm going to find much blood, just because the arrow was still sticking in him. And it was far back. So I'm hoping, if I can't find blood, that I can kind of just do a sweep. He walked down over that little embankment. And when he gets down in that embankment, we're at the main bottom, so I know he's not going to go back up that mountain with a shot like that, or this when it's really steep. So stick with us. Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow morning to go find this buck. It was a really nice 8-point. I've got pictures of him, I believe, on my trail camera. He's a real nice, respectable buck. I'd be very happy with him, and hopefully we could find him in the morning. So we'll change of plans. I got an ATV driving right down in here where my buck went earlier. So instead of going after him in the morning, I'm going to go check right now. So I'm afraid they're going to bump him up. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but hopefully he's dead. I got time. It's been about 3 hours almost. So we'll see. Just came down in here and some of this really thick stuff, and I found some blood on this leaf here. Right there, you can see that. This is super thick. If he's in here, I'm in trouble, so I'll never find him. And this is right where that ATV just came through just a few moments ago. Here's my last bit of blood. I'm gonna mark this on my onX map and hopefully come back tomorrow and see if I can search a little more. I'm in this mess right here. It's getting almost dark on me. I'm gonna have a real hard time finding anything in this. I know that. So we'll see what happens. So I'm back down here to where my buck ran to yesterday. I'm gonna use the side-by-side to do a grid search and see if we can find anything. So at this point, I'm doing a full-blown grid search of this dang grassy field here. As you can tell, it's overgrown as can be. I'm gonna drive over every last inch of it to see if I can find anything. This buck may be laying down in it last night after I left. Just gonna keep going back and forth until I cover every last bit of it. Worst case scenario, I run over it. This entire field right here, I just drove over the entire thing. It's about 4 or 5 acres, something like that. It's a pretty big little field. down in the bottom of this bowl. I just drove over everything. The last blood that I found yesterday was right there. And he came, I was up on this hillside up here. He came down and walked, came in right here, walked in by these trees right here, and then right there, last drop of blood that I found. So after doing a grid search of the field and him not being in the field, I'm at a complete loss. I mean, this field is so big and he's not in it, so he must have made it out of it. So during the grid search, I did find this. Big pile of hair. Can't tell if it's new or old or what it is, but could be my buck, could be a different deer, I'm not sure. Oh, it sucks. I know that. God, I hate shooting something and not being able to find it ever. It's happened a few times, and that's part of bow hunting, I guess, but it sucks each and every time that it happens. I wish I could have found him. He was a really nice buck. So I guess at this point forward, it's modern gun season, so I'm just gonna have to keep trying and hopefully do better next time. Thank you guys for following me along on this. It's an unfortunate end, but thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you like this type of stuff, hunting, fishing, all outdoor stuff, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Follow us along right here at BNC Outdoors. Me and my two little boys, we're always doing some fun outdoor adventures, and we'd love to have you follow us along. And again, thank you guys for watching.